Hi there, welcome to That Board Game Show. My name is James Wood, and today I'm going to show you Quilts and Cats of Calico, a digital implementation of the 1 to 4 player puzzle board game designed by Kevin Ross and published by Flatout Games. This digital implementation has been brought to us by Monster Couch. This digital implementation offers several modes of play. You can play it solo, you can play a story adventure, you can play it with another player on the same computer, or there's also online play. I personally have not experienced the online play or playing with anyone else. I've only played this solo, but what I'm going to do today is I want to just show you the gameplay and show you how it plays, what you're going to be doing, and what it all looks like. So to do so, let's dive straight in, and I'm going to go play, and I'm going to say new game. I'll come back to what all of these additional features are after I've shown you the basics. And as we go to a new game, we can load up the human player, which is me. You can edit to change your portrait and pick a different little avatar. You can change your background of your table, and you'll see what that looks like momentarily. Then you can set various AIs, and if we click on here where it says none, we can add another human player. We can add an AI kitten, an AI whiskers, or an AI prowler, which is your various difficulty levels of how good the AI opponents are. So for purposes of demonstration, I'm just going to play against an AI kitten, just so that we've only got 2 players. So this will simulate a 2-player game. And then you'll see here we've got random cat, and random cat. And you will see what those are and how they work when we get there. So I'm just going to hit start game and show you how it goes. So the first thing we have to do at the beginning of the game is select 3 of these 4 goal tiles that are presented to us. What we're doing in this game is we are playing the role of master quilters. And we're trying to sew quilts to attract cats to come and sleep on them. So how we're going to achieve that is by meeting these certain goals and by crafting the most beautiful, diverse, colorful quilt we can. And as you're playing the game and sewing your quilt, you're going to be earning points for various bonuses and combinations and so on and so forth. And I'll explain all of that as we go. The first thing we're going to do is pick one of these goal tiles here. And I will start with this one. If you hover over them, they explain how they work. So this will score you 7 buttons, which is the point currency of this game, for 2 different 3 of a color or 2 different 3 of a pattern. So if you have 2 sets of 3 colors around one of these goal spaces, so let's drag this up here, for instance. So you click and drag them onto the quilt. And now if I can get 3 dark blue and 3 pink, for instance, you see we've got dark blue and pink over here off to the side, then I can score those 7 points. And I'll explain what the kitty cats do momentarily. So if we hover over there, you'll see we also can score 13 points for 2 different 3 of a color and 2 different 3 of a pattern. What that means is if we look over here, we can see we've got this fern leafy pattern, we've got this dotty pattern, and we've got this flowery pattern. So when you're creating these sets, you can either do it by color or by pattern. So you could have a whole mix mash of different colors around this goal tile. If they have 2 sets of 3 matching patterns, you're going to score the 7 points. If you can match colors and patterns, then you're going to score the 13 points. And that's basically how all of these goal tiles work. They're built on that same basic principle. This one here is a bit different. This is 10 points for all different colors or all different patterns. So you want every single tile around that to be completely different. So let's grab that one, shall we? Why not? We'll grab that and drop it over there. And then one more, let's just grab this one. So that's 3 sets of 2, basically. So we'll drag those over to there. Then when we're ready to go, we will click on the bag. If you change your mind, if you accidentally dragged a tile on that you don't want to be there, then you can either right click on it and it will come off the board, or you can simply click and drag to pull it off the board. Now, let me explain before we click the bag over here. I'm going to go over these little kitty cats real quick. So you'll see that the kitty cats are prowling around the map and you can tickle them. You see the little hand flashing over there, and you can, if you tickle them, they'll typically get up and move, or roll over on their back and then demand more. This game does have a beautiful soundtrack and sound effects and all sorts of things. I've got all of that turned off today for this video demonstration because I find it just a little bit distracting having too much sound going on. And if you find the cats a little bit distracting and they're moving around and they're blocking your view of your goal tiles, you can click this little moon symbol to send all the kitty cats off to sleep, and then they go and curl up off the table over there and get out of your way. And if you want to wake them up again, you simply click the moon again. And what those cats represent is those are the cats you're trying to attract to your quilt. How you do that is you'll see on the left here, we've got these 3 cat portraits. We have Tippet, Coconut, and Guinevere, and they represent the 3 kitty cats up on the top here. And they will score various points for certain combinations. So Tippet over here, for instance, wants 4 or more tiles in a group with either the flower pattern or the stripy pattern. And rather than try and explain how all of these work, I'm just going to carry on playing and you'll see it in action. So I'm going to click on the bag here when I'm ready to start my first turn. And you'll see it says new turn up there. And now these are the 2 random tiles I was dealt at the start of the game. And I will place one of these and then I will draw one from the side over here. So if I look at these things, I can see Coconut over here wants these ferns. They want 5 or more in a group. And if you do so, you'll get 7 points. And this over here wants all different things. So let me drag this green fern over there. So now I'm doing 2 things with that placement. 3 things actually. I am working towards Coconut, and I'll hope to place some more ferns in this set. I'm also working towards a green button. You'll see we've got this little plaque over here. And you can score points for buttons when you sew 3 matching colored squares together. And you'll see each color has a little shape representing it. So the green colors have the little leaf. Blue colors have this little water droplet. We've got this dark blue has like a little berry. The pink has a flower. And yellow has this moon. That's a little bit tricky to see, but yellow has like a little moon-shaped banana symbol. So if you group 3 of the same color together, then you sew on a button, and each button you sew on is worth 3 points. So basically what you're trying to do the entire time is you're trying to group your tiles in such a way that you're achieving as many different objectives as you can. So you want to be shooting for your goal tiles. You want to be shooting for scoring points from the cats off to the side. And you want to be scoring points for sewing on buttons. Let's see, I'm going to take this fern over here. Whoop, come here. Dropping that there. So now I've got ferns. I can then start closing off this set. If I put that over there, then I'm working towards a dark blue button and the ferns for Coconut and all sorts of things. Okay, so click the bag when you finished your turn. Your opponent then takes their turn. If ever you want to see what your opponent is doing, be that an AI or human opponent, you can click on their portrait over there and you can go see their board. And you'll see we're working towards the same 3 cats, but they have different goal tiles and they're in different places. So each player will have their own set of goal tiles, but we're all trying to attract the same set of cats. And if I want to go back, I can click my portrait and that takes me back to my board. And let's see, I'm going to put this fern over here. So now I've got 3 ferns towards the 5 that Coconut wants. There are other types, so you'll see these 3 cats happen to all want 4 or more, 5 or more, or 7 or more of that particular pattern. There are other types of cats, and I'll show you those back in the settings a bit later. Let me draw pink. We've got lots of pink going on here, and maybe I can use 3 pink to start working on this goal. So I'll drop that there. We'll click the bag to end my turn. Little kitten will have their turn, and play comes back to me. Now, let's see what I want to do. I don't have any ferns, so that's my work towards Coconut drawing to a close. Ooh, Coconut also wants this pattern here, so that I could start working on that and have 2 options. I think I'm going to place this pink tile over here, because now I'm joining pink to pink. And you see you can join these ones that are off on the edge of your quilt. That basically are tiles to give you a little running start on these various sets. And I will take this, because now you'll see I've got that pattern, which I can place there or there, matching the pink, which means I'll sew on a button. And I'll have 2 of the same color and 2 of the same pattern working towards this one. So there's quite a lot of little details that you want to keep tabs on with this game. And I don't like any of those tiles. Oh no! Oh no! I don't like that at all. Oh well, we'll stick with my original plan, and I'll pop that over there. And now you see we sew on a little button, and the animations are adorable. Yeah, they've really outdone themselves with this implementation. They haven't just taken the board game and made a passable digital version. They've really enhanced it and added all kinds of little extra frills and fancies that weren't necessary but are much appreciated. What is not much appreciated are these tiles over here. I don't like them at all. Oh, no, 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 no. Not a little, I don't. Okay, I'm going to take this green one, because then I can plop it down here, start working on another green button, and working on another pair for that. Not with those tiles, I can't. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Okay, I see there's these flowers. And that's what Tibbet wants. Tibbet wants 4 or more flowers in a group, and I've already got 1. So maybe I'll start working towards that as a contingency plan. And you'll notice I haven't even tried to look at Guinevere with her 7+. That's an awful lot of tiles to group together. And what's quite useful is you'll notice as I linger my mouse over various things, it will tell you how many of that color are left in the bag, and how many of that pattern are left in the bag, and how many tiles with that color and pattern are left in the bag. So you have quite a few ways that you can plan ahead. If you really want to min-max all your scores, you can see, okay, for Guinevere, there's 14 more tiles with that pattern. If you hovered over there later in the game, there might only be a few, and then looking at your board state, you might know, okay, well, that's hopeless. There's no point in even continuing to try for that one. So there's really given you a lot of extra information that playing the physical game, you'd just have to try and tile count and remember. I am going to try and work on Tibbet over here. Tibbet also wants the stripies, and I've got a stripey over there, so that's probably a good one to also work towards. Let's put this one over here, and that's matching up those patterns, so that's working towards Tibbet in the corner there, and I'll grab this yellow one. And I'm sure anyone out there who's very familiar with the physical game is shouting at their screens right now as I make all kinds of blunders. But my endeavor here is just to give you an overview of how the game plays. Okay, I've got an idea. I'm going to put this tile over there, working towards another green button. Then I'm going to grab this one over here, and I will show you something on my next turn. What does Kitten take? Kitten takes that. Okay, now I'm going to put this dark blue one here. And you'll see that I've matched two sets of stripes, but they're different colors, and that's fine. As long as you have the two sets of pattern matching. So now if I can put another green tile and another blue tile with another matching pattern, then it will actually score for this extra bonus. Oh my. Okay, let's grab this tile, because now I've got the 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles I need for Tibbet to get that little extra bonus. So that pops out there. I don't want that pattern. Okay, now for this gold tile, I want another green tile and another blue tile, and I want them to have the same pattern, because then I will be getting the bonus. If I can't get the patterns to match, I can always just get another green and another blue, and then I'll score the 7 points. Or if I can't get the colors that I want, I can always just put another pair, matching pattern pair over there, and I'll score the 7 points. Okay, there's another stripy one, so that's another way to attract Tibbet. I'm going to go over here, like so. And let's grab the stripy one, and end my turn. Then I'm going to put, okay, I have a plan. I'm going to put this one over there, which will attract Tibbet, yay. And now that I've attracted Tibbet with that set of 4, I can't just add another one like this flower over here. If I put that there or there, making a set of 5, I can't use any of these 4 tiles towards another set of 4 to attract Tibbet again. It has to be a completely separate, non-connected set of that pattern. Let's see. I will grab this one, because that's going to give me some options later. And I will place this stripy tile over here, and you'll see it'll do 2 things. I get a yellow button, and I attracted Tibbet again, because I got another set of 4 stripy tiles and a set of 3 yellow tiles. So I'm just going to see if I can score at least 1 gold tile. It's not looking very promising, but I will grab this one. Thinking of different colors and patterns for this everything different one. And now the question is, what is the question? I am going to put this over here. Now I'm starting to work on this one, and I've got a blue button. And one more thing, so now I've got a couple different colored buttons going. You see you've got this little plaque over here reminding you, and it's showing you which colors you've put on your quilt. If you can get all 6, so if I can get a green button, a light blue button, and a purple button, and fortunately they all have different shapes as well for the colorblind out there, then if you can get a full set of all 6, you will get an additional 3 points when you get this little rainbow button sewn onto your quilt somewhere. So that's another way to score bonus points. So this is what would be referred to in board game world as a point salad game, where basically every single move you do and every single thing you do is going to score you some amount of points somehow. And if you can be clever, you can do one thing that scores you points for multiple different objectives. With that little ramble out the way, what am I going to take next? Okay, so this one wants 3 of a kind and 3 of a kind. So if I take a dark blue, yes, that could work, because then that pattern and this pattern match, and maybe I go 3 dark blue and 3 yellow. So let's try that. I'll plop that over there. And now if I put this dark blue over here, it's going to break the pattern set for this gold tile, because I already have that pattern. So if I have 3 of that pattern, then I won't be able to score for the patterns, but it will be working towards scoring for the colors. Let us just put this one over here, and I'll start working towards another yellow button. And what color do we want here? Let's take this purple one, because that'll fit down here quite nicely. Ooh, I wanted that green. And now it's gone. Oh well. Oh well. I really wanted that green, because that green would have gone there or there quite nicely. Ah, but then it would have broken that one. Oh. So, yeah, you start bumping into all your different goals. I might have bitten off a bit more than I can chew with these goals. Oh my. Okay, I'm just going to throw this purple one down here, so it's out of the way and it's working towards that goal. Then I'll take this yellow one, also working towards that goal, because it's a different color and a different pattern. And then we'll see if we can get something to match what I want. I'm going to plop that one in there. And I don't like these options. No, I don't. Okay, I'm just going to take another blue one. And maybe I'll just go for the different colors. Ooh, I want that blue one. I want that blue one definitely. Because then with that one, and that one, and that one, I'll have the 3 blue. And with that one, and that one, and that one, I'll have the 3 patterns. So then I'll just need 2 more of this shape. And we will be styling. Okay, I'm going to put this blue over here, because that's different color and different pattern. And I'm going to grab that one over there. Then I don't like those. I want 2 yellow tiles with that pattern, preferably. But oh well. Let's put this one over here. I'm breaking the pattern set, but I've now done the... Oh, dear. Yes, everything's broken. Oh, dear. Okay, let's take pink with that pattern, and then I can get a gold tile, and I'll show you how they score. Because now I'll put this pink one over here, which now completes that set, and you'll see you get a nice little animation confirming that you got all your colors. Now it's checking all the different patterns, which I got all different. So now it will sew on the 15-point button, and that gold tile is now complete. And you'll see that will happen with the other 2. And I think I'm going to stop playing there. You've got a pretty good idea. You've seen a couple of cats show up. Well, you've seen the same cat show up twice. If I was able to get these other patterns matching, then I'd be able to get those other cats. And you would keep on playing back and forth until you had completely filled in your quilt. And let me now head back. I'm going to go to the menu. Let's go back to menu and show you some of the other features, because there's quite a bit more and I don't want to spend too much time just showing you me pondering about what next turn to take. So one thing that is worth pointing out is if you click the kitty cat on the home screen, they react, which is quite cute. They wake up and stare at you. Then if we come back to play, you can see we can continue a game in progress. You can start a new game. You can do a Master Quilters challenge, which is going to give you very specific goals that you then have to complete with a certain set of tiles. So it will give you a set grouping of tiles, which you have to use to complete a set puzzle. So that really becomes a proper challenge puzzle thing, rather than just the point salad that we were seeing earlier. There's also an excellent tutorial, so if I didn't cover all the details, you can always play through that. Then we have play online. You can play the game with friends and or strangers on the internet. And you have 2 options. You can play a real-time game, where it's back and forth, giving you 3 minutes per turn, or asynchronous, where you can take up to 72 hours to take your turn, and it will just go back and forth that way, where each player takes their turn as and when they can, until the game eventually finishes. And you can also create a custom game. I believe that is if you want to play with a friend who also has a copy. I'm not exactly sure. I have not done that. We can head back and come to the story mode. Now, the story mode is really cute, and I'm going to show you just the first little introductory section because I want you to see how adorable it is and how wonderful all the art is. So we'll click New Game. If you don't want spoilers, avert your eyes, but I wouldn't say any of these are really spoilers. 8 spools of thread, an assortment of needles and buttons, 1 thimble, and a whole stack of colourful patches. That's a decent first set for somebody like you. Before your father disappeared, he taught you the basics of sewing and quilting. In the kingdom of Scratchington, that was a pretty nice survival set. It is in this kingdom that the most magical cats have gathered, bringing good luck and prosperity. If they're in the mood. Well, they are cats after all. They are fickle beings at the best of times. Though for some time now, luck has been eluding your family. See? Fickle. It's been 5 years since you last saw your father. He set out to the free city of Tom Kitty to help the kingdom in the face of the looming war with their neighbours. Ooh, dun dun dun. Since the beginning of the war, you had no news from your father. After many months of sadness, you've come to terms with the idea that he's not coming back. Oh dear. The cart is ready. You pocket the invitation letter from your aunt. It's time you ventured forth to the free city of Tom Kitty to start your sewing career. And, in case you hadn't noticed, beautiful little animations and art and all sorts of lovely little touches. In the city of cat worshippers. Off to the city of cat worshippers we go. So, this is how the story mode will work out. As it progresses, you'll have more and more of these little points. So you see we've got Aunt Agatha over here. And if we click on her, our little cart trundles off to Aunt Agatha. You're finally here. Welcome to Tom Kitty City, my dear. You've come at the right time. The feline festival is upon us, and quilts for our lovely cats will be very much needed. People from all over the kingdom of Scratchington are coming to Tom Kitty to celebrate and ask the cats for good fortune. Because of this, your cousin Frank got an extra cat quilt from the factory from his military allowance. The quilt was made by their new invention, the iron loom. Frank saw the loom with his very own eyes. He said that it can make quilts in a matter of minutes. But so what if they are of no interest to any cat? I really want a cat blessing during the festival. Please improve my quilt so the cats like it. So there is your request from Aunt Agatha. And now your objective is to gain 3 buttons. And you've seen how we gain buttons. So you are given, this is a bit like that Master Quilters challenge I was talking about, where you are given a very set grouping of tiles, and you have to now puzzle out how you're going to fit them into what's left of this quilt to sew 3 buttons on. So that is just a small little teaser taster of the story mode. As you finish off this mission and then progress to others, you'll have more and more of those little story points and portraits to explore, and different challenges and different encounters. And I've played through quite a few of the chapters, and the story is really, really cute. And the artwork is just stunning throughout. So that is a lovely, lovely addition to this game. One more adorable addition that I have to show you is the cat editor. This is where you can create your own custom kitties. And you'll see I've created a few already. I've created Mittens. If we click on Mittens over there, we can take a look. And you can make, I decided to make one pretty traditional looking kitty cat. And if we go save and quit to go back, I created a slightly less traditional looking cat. I am a fan of the Inheritance Cycle, the Aragon books written by Christopher Paolini. So this is my attempt at making a Saphira-inspired kitty cat. I did my best. Unfortunately, I could not find dragon wings to sew onto it, but oh well. And then this one I really went to town with, and I'll show you how these work. So you've got general. You can change the name of your cat. So I'll call this one Captain Whiskers, because he's a pilot sort of thing looking kitty. And you can change the cat goal. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. You saw when we were playing there that all those cats wanted 4 or more, 5 or more, 6 or more of the same type of pattern. Then these are the different types of other goals. So you've got different numbers of grouping the same pattern together. And then these ones, you need to group a set of patterns in that specific shape. So in a little triangle, or all in a row. And if you need to do it in a row, it can be in any orientation. So it can be straight across or straight up or across at an angle, but they have to be the same pattern in a row. So that's the different cat goals that you can have. And then you can change the shape of your kitty cat. You can make skinny tail or fat tail, skinny cat or fat cat, big chest or little chest. You can spread the eyes out, so you can just play around with this and create your own little kitty cats. And then what will happen is you can change their color, base color, skin color, fur color, patterns. You can unlink their eyes and make their eyes different colors if you want. You can have a green eye and a blue eye. You can give them different patterns, so you can change that up. Mix up what they look like. So have a little tiger cat there, or a leopard cat. Raccoon cat. Swirly tiger cat is fun. Accept. Okay, so all sorts of little modifications. You can then give them fancy hats and clothes and things. And this is where I was trying to give that other kitty cat some dragon wings, but the nearest I could find was falcon wings, and they were the wrong color. So let's actually leave this kitty cat with that one, even though the colors clash, but we'll stick with that. Save and quit. And as you can see, you can create a whole bunch of different kitty cats, and you can give them all different goals as well. So now when you're playing the game in the future, these cats you've created will either randomly spawn in, or if we go back to the menu and go play and new game, you'll see here, instead of getting random cats, we can click on that and we can select which cat we want. So these are the standard cats that come in the game. You've got Tibbet, Rumi, Millie, Coconut. I have no idea how to say that. Kira, Guinevere, and then I've added Captain Whiskers, Saphira, and Mittens. So those are my little additions to the party. And that's how you can select if you want to use a specific set of cats, or you could have one specific cat and 2 random, however you want to balance it out. We go back over here, cat editor, credits, settings, and I think that pretty much wraps it up. You've seen all the basics, you've seen how to play. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below. And with that, I shall say thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the show. And remember to spread the joy of tabletop gaming.